Hey, and welcome to episode number 21 of the Modern Gaming Weekly podcast. I am your host, the Able Geek, Abel himself, and I'm joined as always with Brown Baymax, aka Mikey, aka the Brown Bay, aka
You
Big
say that last.
Chungus.
Say, there was
Do
one
people even
that
know who
Brandon
Big
mentioned.
Chungus is anymore? It's such an old meme. I don't
Probably
know.
not. I don't know.
That's like 2010s meme.
I don't know. I got tired of hearing it from GameStop when people would call and be like, "Do you have the Big Chungus game?" I'm like,
I got your Big
"Oh
Chungus
no."
right here, buddy. Come and get it. Well, we're back with episode 21. It's been a minute. Just want to address that right now because people are going to realize that they're going to see a gap, a noticeable gap. So, what we've been doing in the meantime, since the last episode, we did put out a video for the convention we went to, which was Game On Expo in Phoenix, Arizona in August. We did put out a video on YouTube for that one if you guys want to check it out. Probably going to put some more footage. You got some footage, right, Bay? That
I have a bunch of footage that I keep. It's on my tablet,
yeah,
so I gotta hop on that and so we could put out more content for everyone.
yeah, and put some stuff on the Patreon as well. If you go just throw a quick plug in for that, if you guys want to check it out, it's patreon.com/Modern Gaming Weekly. We actually got a little head to head with Chips and Baymax on that one. With what game would you guys play? Was it Capcom versus SNK?
Yeah, SNK too.
Two? Okay. I was actually looking at that game today online. I was debating buying it, but it's it's a little bit of a pricey one. So
Okay, it's pricey on GameCube. Now on PS2 is a lot cheaper.
yeah, I think I was seeing it around the like $50 range, 50, 60, depending on condition. But yeah, it's like kind of mid range, I guess. But it's a fun game. Anyways, that's on the Patreon, as well as a lot of other outtakes and silly stuff that's gone on over the episodes. But that's just certain things like that with when we play head to head on fighting games or whatever, or just kind of silly stuff like that happens. Like to throw it on there. But a lot of that stuff you're going to be seeing on the Modern Gaming Weekly YouTube channel as well. If you're watching this on YouTube, you've probably seen some of that stuff, some of those other videos of conventions we went to and stuff like that. But if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or iHeartRadio, then boo boo for you. Because you guys,
Oh, rude.
no, you guys, yeah, I appreciate you guys following there and leave a review if you guys enjoy the show. But let's go ahead and kick this one off. It is a kind of a bittersweet intro because we're going to do our final pickups for the podcast, just because I want to kind of move this into YouTube going forward. I think it just makes more sense since it's more of a visual thing. But we're going to do our final pickups at the beginning of the show. It's kind of been like a tradition. We start the show with our pickups. And so we're going to get into that, but it's going to be the last time for the podcast. So, um, oh no, did you want to start first,
No, you
Baymax?
can start
Show.
first.
Okay, I'll show first. I'll show. I did get this game. This is one I've wanted for a while. I've never played it. It's just looks very interesting, and I know the story to a point because it's an old story. It's based on called Journey to the West. But I got Sayuki PS1 Journey West. It's even called Journey West. It's an RPG for the PS1. Showing it right there if you're looking on YouTube. It's a no, it's one of those things. It's a single disc game, but it's in those double disc cases for some reason.
I
I don't
never
know why they did.
understood that.
It's like they're trying to trick you. Like, hey, look at this expensive game. You want to get this? It's one disc. Sorry,
Unless the manual was super thick.
that could be it too. This one, it's not super thick, but I don't know. It's it's an expensive game, kinda. I spent like $90 on it. I actually got this one from Whatnot. One of the cool guys on there. Rob Clark that I like to purchase from here and there. He's heads out to the conventions also here and there. Some of the stuff I picked up from Pink Gorilla Games, as most of you are probably familiar with, if you're into the retro gaming scene. Got these from Cody, aka DS Koopa on Twitch. Xbox Supreme Commander. I've never played it. It looked like an interesting game, and he always gets me great deals. Fatal Inertia, another one that again, I don't know how great that game is. I never played it. It's just a title I haven't seen before. And then this is a Brothers in Arms game that I've never seen before called Hell's Highway. So
Such a great game.
um, you've played it?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. I need to give this one a try. I like some of the older like war games. They're pretty fun. As somebody's drag racing next to Baymax's window. Um, oh, he also I asked him for these two games and he hooked them up sealed as well. He gave me a well, he didn't give me. He sold me Fable Journey, which is a Connect game, and I didn't know they had Fable for Connect, but apparently they do. And this one's sealed, and also it's sealed, but it's a platinum hits copy of Cameo,
So, oh,
and it's
that's a
also a Microsoft copy as well. So sealed and Microsoft. I didn't know these games for Microsoft for the store employee what were the employee purchases that they were originally sealed. I always figured they were like unsealed games, but apparently sealed, as you can see right there. And then finally, off of whatnot, also, guy gave me a pretty good deal on a couple Wii U games. So I got the Donkey Kong, Tropical Freeze, Super Mario Brothers U, which has the Super Luigi U there at the bottom too. So I guess that's maybe like a DLC for it.
yes.
And then Super Mario 3D World, which is I have digitally on my Wii U, but I didn't have the physical copy. So uh, building up the Wii U collection. If you guys follow me on social media at the Able Geek, if you haven't, um, you'll know I'm definitely into the Wii U. I'm trying to get a full set of Wii U games. That's like the only console right now I have any interest in going for a full set. So kind of
Um,
building that up slowly.
that one's gonna be hard to collect for. I mean, well, it's
Uh,
always been hard to collect for.
there's not a lot of games for Wii U, but there's some that are getting way up there now that I feel like I'm going to have to try to get them soon or I'm not going to get them.
Like Turbo.
Turbo. I think there's that one called it's like God Fist or God Hand. I forget the name of it. Um, is that what it's called? I think it's something
I know
like that.
God Hand is on PS2.
There's one like that for Wii U, and it's like $500. I think it's something
Oh,
Fist. I
you're
might
talking
be.
about Hawaiian Takedown, something like that, or
No, that one's another one that's pricey as well. I've seen that one.
that
Let
one was a
me.
limited run, I think. But yeah, like I don't remember. There's some expensive ass titles
Yeah.
for the Wii U. Like that Turbo game is just stupidly expensive.
Yeah, and people said that they didn't really like the movie on that one. I actually liked the movie. I don't know if you've seen it. I thought it was.
Honestly, beats apparently beats bits and pieces of it.
Yeah, I was go into yours. I'm kind of just searching to see what that game's called because I don't want to give people misinformation. I think God Hand is a different game I'm thinking of, maybe for PS2.
It is. That's
Yeah, but yeah, go ahead and go into yours. I'll look it up right now.
um. So for my pickups, I got quite a few, but I'm gonna go through them real quick. The first two that I have in hand right now is gonna be Super Punch Out and Super Bomberman. I was dying to look for these games. Been dying trying to get these for a decent price. I went to a convention here called VinCon up in Denver, well, Denver area, Loveland area. They had a little small convention and somebody was selling it, and I just literally had eye surgery, so everything's just blurry to me. So I had a friend point these out, and I picked up both of them just without any hesitations. I was like, "Here's money, give them to me." And then I got CIB complete in box Mario versus Donkey Kong for the Game Boy Advance. If I remember right, $20 I spent for CIB. It has every insert, but super fun game if you guys haven't played it. You play you play as Mario with just setting up these like little toy robots trying to get through trying to get to Donkey Kong, if I remember right.
Yeah, that's a great game. It's one of the games I really enjoy for GBA, and I think it's kind of like a expansion on the um, Donkey Kong game, not the original for like NES, but they did one for Game Boy where you're Mario and you had to get a key and kind of take it to the lock and solve like puzzles to get it. And this is kind of like an
Yeah.
expansion on that, except yeah, like you said, you use like those little toys to kind of help you, or you have to like lead them to the end or something like that. There's some other aspect to the game, but yeah, it's definitely very fun.
um, One of my favorite games and childhood games um, that I was able to pick up at Game on Expo was Stunt Race FX. Yeah, it's the player's choice one. I don't care, but this box and game and everything in here is super minty. I mean, very crisp. You play as these
So
little
crisp.
cars, so crispy. You play as these little cars. It utilizes the FX chip a lot. So I gave that 3D aspect on the cars. It's really funky, but it's super fun. If you guys have not played Stunt Race FX, you can play as a 4x4 truck, a little F1 race truck, and a little yellow car as well. This like little small yellow car. I haven't played it in years. I know the I know the Super Nintendo channel and the Switch has this game on there.
Oh, okay,
Um,
yeah. I think I've seen it on there.
I'm gonna save this one for last because it brings into another title. And finally, guys, I was able to get Mischief Maker CIB. Not well, come on, not CIB. It's missing the manual. Sad day. But I was able to get Mischief Maker for a very decent price and ran with it. So it was worth the pickup. I think I spent 120, 130, I think. So I
Yeah,
think. I don't remember how much it was. I gotta look through PayPal. But I was able to finally get it and add it to my collection.
very good
Um,
N64 game. I think that one is very underrated. I feel like there's not. I think we've talked about it before in a previous episode, but I
mhm.
think it's just kind of catching on where people who are going back and playing N64 games are finding out, like a whole. I guess the younger generation are finding out what a great game it is. So it's starting to
It's a
go up a
hidden
little bit in
gem.
price, but yeah, definitely a hidden gem. Check it out if you haven't played Mischief Makers.
And then for the last, literally the last two that I picked up, and it was for GameCube, was Pac-Man. I think it's Pac-Man Versus and Pac-Man World 2. It's missing the manual, but I'm not too worried about it because I can find it later. And I was able to pick this one up, Legend of Zelda Master Quest. Well, yeah, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time and plus Master Quest. I was able to pick that up. So those are my pickups and almost done completing the Legend of Zelda collection on GameCube.
Nice,
I'm
nice. Yeah, those are some good games.
missing one, and it's the Four Swords.
Mm. Yep,
Yeah.
Four Swords. They made that one for GBA also, was it, or DS?
GBA.
GBA. Okay, I
Mm-hmm.
remember that one. So I did find out the name of the game. I wasn't even close. It wasn't. It wasn't God Fist or God Hand. That's a completely different game. Scratch what I said. It's called Devil's Third, and that one it's the cheapest I've seen it is around 500-600, depending on condition. There's some inflated prices out there as well that are going close to like 1,000. Like right now, Macari has one that's like 900 something dollars. I think that's a bit higher than it should be going for, but this is kind of like the holy grail of Wii U games as of now, anyway. That might change in the future, but that's one I'm going to have to jump on at some point before it gets to the point where it's in, a $1,500 game, and then I'm like, no, I can't afford that. But the last two, I just wanted to also, because we're going to be talking about the convention we went to, Game On Expo. a lot of cool people there. One of the big reasons I was so excited to go was to get, first off, meet some of the people that were doing voiceovers for anime and video games that we play and watch. And I was able to get my Mortal Kombat 2 game autographed. And so we got it signed by um, the actors that played Johnny Cage, Raiden, Liu Kang, and who else was it? Also, the artist for the arcade cabinet as well.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool. It's all on the front there, and then we got them PSA certified on there as well. And then also the guy who does the voiceovers for NBA Jam and NFL Blitz.
I was waiting
Um,
for you to bring up yours.
yeah, his
Right
name
here.
was Tim something.
Crits.
Tim what?
I think Tim Crits. Uh, Crits.
Oh,
Crits Row.
Kritzrow. There we go. Yeah.
Tim.
So
Tim
he was
Crits.
very entertaining. He was doing a lot of voice stuff there with a microphone there at the convention. He was staying at our hotel too. We ate breakfast next to us for
That
whatever
was
that's
funny.
worth.
I was like eating breakfast, and I was like, I look over, I'm like, it's him.
It's him. Um, it's always interesting when you eating and you look over and there's somebody pretty well known eating next to you. That happened to me at Disneyland with one of the guys from what is it? HD was it HGTV where they do all like the home improvement stuff. One of the guy, one of the there was like the twins, like Property Brothers or whatever. One of them was there.
Oh, I know who you're talking
You know,
about. I
so
don't know their names.
I'm there eating barbecue, and I look next to me. I'm like, that guy looks super familiar. Where do I know him from? I was like, oh crap, he's from TV. There you go. But anyway, I mean, you had your sign. What did you get signed from Tim?
I got the NBA Jam signed
Okay,
on the box. As you can tell, the signature is right here. I know there's a glare,
yeah.
guys. I directly in the middle of the box. He actually spelt my name right. Uh, Surprisingly, he put Mikey, the way I spell it for Mikey, and he was like, "How do you spell your name?" After he wrote on it,
So
I was like,
just to confirm,
just to
yes,
confirm.
I
But
got the Genesis one. You got the Super Nintendo. And the
yeah.
only reason I went Genesis, well, one when I was younger, a lot of the sports games I played were more on Genesis versus Super Nintendo. But also, this was a lot cheaper than the Super Nintendo version, so I was trying to save as much money as possible because this trip
Yeah,
was a pretty penny.
the box for me was it's pretty it's pretty beat up a little bit, but for the person on that Discord server that I got it from, bless his soul, because it took me a while to pay for it because I was like, do I want it? Do I not? I was like, and Abel convinced me. He was like, just get it because you're not gonna get something more decent than that.
It's
Um,
hard with Super Nintendo for sure.
yeah, so I was able to pick it up and I was super happy with it.
Yeah. So those were our pickups, at least most of them. I have a few others, but I mean these were like the most kind of interesting ones, I guess. But keep a look at it on YouTube, the Modern Gaming Weekly channel on YouTube. I know YouTube just came out with our handles, so you can put in at Modern Gaming Weekly podcast. Also, the Able Geek channel. I just did an intro like a month ago, and I'm kind of getting videos in the works for the Able Geek channel. So you can just search Able Geek on YouTube. Um, and then Brown Baymax. I think you're gonna put some stuff on your channel as well.
Yeah, so some of the videos that I recorded during Game on Expo.
Yeah, there you go. Remember when this happened last year?
You
But yeah,
remember?
yeah, and editing it's a time consuming process for those of you that do any kind of video or audio editing. It takes time if you want it to look good and not just kind of slap something together. So just be patient with it. But yeah, go in there if you can. Subscribe. It's free. Click the bell notification. Heard that helps. And, we're going to be pumping out some content. Before we get on a little bit more into Game On Expo, which was in August of this year, Phoenix, Arizona, the convention center. We'll address the elephant in the room, or the lack thereof the elephant in the room. Our buddy Chips is not in this episode, so it's just going to be me and Baymax today. For all you people out there that are big Chips fans, that were like, "Hey, I watched this podcast solely for Chips the Repairman. Where the hell is he? He's he's not going to be on this episode, but hopefully he'll be joining us in the next one in future episodes." So, just the dynamic duo for today, and yeah, let's go ahead and just kind of get into Game On Expo. This really like the biggest convention I had been like game wise, because I've been to some like comic conventions and things like that in the past, but video game wise, the biggest one I had been to was the one in Austin, Texas,
Classic.
Classic Game Fest. There we go. I keep wanting to call it Game On Expo. Classic Game Fest, which is in Austin, Texas, usually around July. They have it. I've been to that one in a few years. Um, and it's nice. Last time I think when we were there last year, I met the guy that does the voice for Duke Nukem. He signed some stuff for me.
John St. John.
John St. John, yeah. The creator of Rampage was there as well. Colin something. Forgive me, my memory's
Uh,
not that great.
I
Where's
know
where's
his.
Brian Collin? I believe it is. I'm looking at have my poster up here that he signed for me.
Yeah. I mean, I have my
Okay,
game right here.
there you go. So they definitely have some cool stuff. A lot of video game vendors. They had a lot of quote unquote video game celebrities there. So it was nice. The Game On Expo though is just the convention was bigger. They definitely had more people there. Anime, video game voiceover artists. What were your overall thoughts compared to stuff you've been in the past versus Game On Expo?
Because I've been to PAX, so I mean, I know it's not retro, but I mean, it's still a gaming convention. Um, but this one was pretty big for just retro collecting and um, tournaments and cosplay and all that fun stuff. But my only gripe was the heat. That's it.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, I used to live in Phoenix, so I, kind of remember the heat. I live in West Texas right now, so it's not like I'm any cooler. I'm maybe 5 degrees cooler than what it is in Phoenix at all times. So, um, the heat is pretty crazy when you get out there. I am going to say that. Our hotel, luckily, was what, about maybe 6 blocks from the convention or so. But
Yeah.
even just walking there, I think we walked the first day or we scooted half the
The,
way.
we walked the first 2 days.
Yeah. I think we tried to scoot, but then there was like an area where you couldn't take the scooters. So we had to like park them. And then, yeah, it was kind of weird the way the scooters are set up there in Phoenix. Like in Austin, it seems like you could kind of just go anywhere. In Phoenix, that has like dead zones. You can't take the scooters. So, but the heat was pretty unbearable. I will say that. They
I
made a lot of
was,
money off of Gatorades from us.
dude, I was sweating, and that $5 Pepsi was not worth it.
Yeah. So yeah. So I mean, like Baymax was saying, it's definitely a bigger convention than some of the other ones out there. A lot of voiceover actors. They had you got one sign from the guy who does the voice for
Oh,
who was it?
Clank.
Clank. There you go. Um,
What's his name? I do apologize if he ever listens to this. Um, I forgot his name. I don't remember his name. I gotta look it up. But that he was actually pretty. It was Michael something.
yeah,
Storm something Storm. Oh my
Michael
god.
Storm is a cool name. Michael Storm sounds like you can either be a porn star or a superhero. Like it's a 50-50 shot when your name's Michael Storm.
Give me 1 second. My keyboard lights went out, so I have to look it up on my
Yeah.
phone.
While you're looking that
Um.
up, name some of the other ones they had there. So they did have Colleen O'Shaughnessy, I believe is her name, that does the voice for I think Tails from Sonic. Um, Nell Nelliel from Bleach, who I got stuff signed from. Um, Yeah, I mean, there was just quite a bit of people. Voice actress for Rukia was there from Bleach as well. It's just all kinds of people. The Mortal Kombat cast was there, like we had mentioned. Um, the guy who did the art for Mortal Kombat as well, which his name was um Paul something. I forget his name. But anyways, so I mean, the point being, there's a lot of people. If you're a fan of anime, if you're a fan of video games, and you like that kind of collector stuff, you want to get stuff signed or a picture or a game or a pop, definitely a big opportunity to go there, get stuff signed, and just meet the people as well. Some are very, I mean, they're all very nice.
Yes, they
Sometimes it's
were.
kind of intimidating because you don't know if you're going to meet them, and some celebrities out there, not any that I've met, but some you've heard horror stories where they're kind of a dick when you meet them in in real life. But yeah, everybody was super nice there. It was pretty awesome.
So okay, his name was David K.
Mm. Where'd you get Michael
Very.
Storm?
You because in the video you mentioned something about Michael Storm or something like that.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So there's gonna be a video
Where,
out, guys.
yeah. Well, I'll keep hush on that until we release that video. But
so
I knew that
so
sounded familiar.
so David K, very wonderful person, very sweet person. Basically went up to him and I paid for the signature and such, and um it I don't want to spoil it because I want to post the video. Just a heads up, the audio is going to be super loud due to the everyone in the convention yakking along, and but you guys gotta watch the video. There's actually a video as well that goes with the Mortal Kombat stuff for Abel as well that I got on camera.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So another reason to subscribe to the YouTube channels I mentioned earlier, Able Geek, Brown Baymax, and the Modern Gaming Weekly. There's gonna be a lot of stuff we post on that here in the near future. But it was great. Like other conventions, they had their artist alley, which they had a lot of talented artists there. Very cool stuff. Keychains, just poster art, all stickers. I mean, anything you could think of. Um, I bought a few. I got a few Five Nights at Freddy pieces for my daughter because she's a big fan of Five Nights at Freddy's. At 5 years old, I don't know why she likes FNAF, but she's a FNAF fan. Um, and then, of course, a lot of vendors, video game vendors there. And then also YouTubers like Metal Jesus, who I'm a big fan of. I love his videos. Radical Reggie was there. Uh, who else was there?
well, my favorites were there as well.
Yeah,
Freaking Pixel Game Squad
there you go.
was there, so it would be Retro Liberty, Riff. Um, then we got Gabo, and then one of my I've been dying to meet him for years, and I'm happy that I was able to get a picture with him. Um, what's it called? Completionist Gerard.
Yeah, completionist. Who you look a lot alike. It was weird. When I see that picture, it's like almost looks like you guys are just family taking a picture together.
Everyone said that. Like, I went back to work and I was like, yeah, I took a picture with my favorite YouTubers, and they're like, is the person next to you your brother? I was like, no.
Yeah,
But
so it was Retro Rick was there also. The Whatnot crew was there as well. For those of you who are familiar with Whatnot, it's a selling platform, kind of like eBay, but it's live auctions. And a lot of them were there. Joe, who runs the retro game section, was there. Finally got to meet him. I've only talked to him on Whatnot and Instagram, but it was cool to get a pick with him and meet him finally. So yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun. They have tournaments there as well, and if you're into that kind of thing, they were playing what Madden. They kind of had a rock band session going on there as well, Mario Kart, all kinds of stuff like that. So yeah, I know what you're laughing at when I said the rock band, right? It,
I think I have that on video. I think
yeah,
I'm not too sure.
I have some video of it as well, so might upload that as well. So Chips was brave enough to get up there and do some rock band, and uh, didn't turn out the way I guess he thought it would. It was. I'll post the video. Maybe that can be another Patreon thing, because that's a gem. It's a gem.
And I forgot to mention one other person that was in the picture with us. What's it called? Retro Ralph. He was the one that brought the Capcom versus SNK2 arcade cabinet.
Yes, yeah. I remember you guys mentioning that he was there. I'm not too familiar with him, but I'm definitely going to check out his stuff. It was real cool that he brought some of that stuff and let people play those arcade cabinets. And then they had a ton of arcades, bringing up the arcades. So a lot of arcades. They had Q&A panels. They had food that was probably overpriced, but
Way
I'm not going to say
overpriced.
probably. It was overpriced. You know, if you can bring in your own drinks or eat before or after the convention, I'd probably recommend that because the food in there is pretty pricey. The only bad thing is it's like, do I overspend and eat in here, or do I want to go outside in the 115-degree weather? Because they have this convention in August for some reason, of all months, the hottest month in one of the hottest cities in this country. It's, I feel like they should have it maybe in October or bring it back down to like March or April. It's July, August is a bad time to have that kind of convention, but maybe they
Dude,
figure summer, people are out, for school or whatever. Um, that might play into it, but
it was bad. Like we got. I know we drove there,
yeah.
but your car was nice and cool until we opened the doors
Oh
and
yeah.
got out, like to see if we could check in early. Like we got up to the hotel room, and I was already stripping my clothes off. I was like, I can't deal with this heat.
Yeah. And same thing with the convention. It was nice and cool in there. They had refrigerated air. It felt great inside the convention. But then as soon as you'd step out those glass doors, it just gets blasted by heat. And that again, that was probably the only critique. But it was a great convention. Um, I would love to go again. I'm definitely going to go again at some point. Next conventions, I wanted to talk about some of the ones that we are kind of talking about going to again. Um, we're going to have one here in town, the EpCon, which they do kind of like anime, video games, comics, etc. It's in the El Paso, Texas area. It's a kind of like a mid-sized con. It's not super big, but it's not like small and rinky-dink either. They usually have some good celebrities that go there as well and vendors. So that's one to check out. And then since it's local and you know easy for me to go, hopefully Brown Baymax come bring his little
Hopefully,
silver hair on his chin there with him.
dude, you saw that, right?
your
I
your little
ripped
gray
that
hair
out.
glistens on the camera.
I I pulled that gray hair out.
Be lucky you have
Many
one. Half of my beard is gray already.
No, I actually have multiples that are hidden.
Okay. I need just for men. I know I said I would never do it, but I might do it. But so that's one. Classic Game Fest in Austin, Texas is another one that's always kind of up for consideration. It's in Texas, but it's still kind of like a whole state away because of the distance. But I love going to the Austin area. I have family that lives around that area, or yeah, in Austin and Dallas, all that area. So um, that's one that's up for consideration. Game on Expo again next year is up for consideration. But the one we're really kind of thinking about committing to is the Portland Retro Game Expo,
Yes.
which is in Oregon, right? Portland, Oregon, I believe.
Yes.
And they usually have it around October. So you're thinking about it almost full year away from now. But it looks fun. It looks big. You get a lot of people there. Like the Metal Jesus crew usually goes. Metal Jesus, Reggie, John Riggs, John Hancock, since it's kind of close to them. Um, and then you get some of the other vendors there from some of those stores, like in the uh, Oregon and Washington area. So um, looks nice. It's just going to be one of those things that's probably going to be a little pricey. So we'll have to work some numbers and get out there. But what do you think about the that one? Are you kind of excited to check it out?
I mean, yeah, I've never been to Portland, so
Mm-mm.
this is new to me. Like being in Arizona, it was new to me. You
Yeah,
know, would I want to go back to Arizona? Probably in the cold months, but not during the summer.
yeah, that was brutal. Yeah, yep. Well, Portland would definitely be a lot colder. That's for
God.
sure. And then, you know, I have family in Washington area. I'm just not too close to them where I would feel comfortable like going and staying in Washington and driving over. Plus, the distance is probably you're looking at a couple hours, so um, probably would have to get a Airbnb or a hotel. But yeah, I mean that's one that we're kind of thinking about. It's not set in stone yet, but it's definitely one that I would love to go to, and we'll probably do some planning on that here at the beginning of the year to kind of see where we're at with those plans. So if you're planning on going to Portland Retro Gaming Expo next year, you'll probably see us there.
Jeez.
Yep.
I
And
can't.
that's
I mean, I
the
can't wait.
another thing I wanted to talk about as well, as we kind of wrap up here another 5 minutes or so, is that Super Mario movie. It's been a little bit of controversy on that. I feel like it's unwarranted controversy though. I'm glad they're finally making a Super Mario Brother movie after all these years. I think we definitely are due for one. It's pretty cool that it's animated. The animation looks really nice. Um, but it seems like a lot of people are mad that Chris Pratt's Mario. Man, what do you think about that?
Okay, I'm gonna get everyone to shut up about that. For the simple fact, yes, people are having issues with Chris Pratt being Mario. Now, you gotta look at it the old Mario's as well. Mario, looking at the game, Mario never had a voice. From he didn't get a voice till what's it called N64. That was beginning of the '90s, like the start of like '95, well late '90s. Um, but you got to look at it this way: Mario never had a voice, and then when they try adding a voice to him, you're talking about the first Super Mario movie, the live action one with
Yeah,
John Leguizamo and I forgot what was the other guy. And then
guy
you
from
got to look,
Roger Rabbit.
yes, and then you got to look at it as well. The animated ones, all different voices. There were all
Yeah,
different types of voices. Some fake Italian voice and some other Americanized voice. People need to stop complaining. They're trying to cancel it because of Chris Pratt being just. He only said what 3 lines from the whole movie. I'm like,
yeah. When he first came out and he said, the line like "What is this place?" or something like that. That it just sounded just like Chris Pratt, like no kind of change in voice or anything. But then the next line he says when he's following Toad, it sounded like he kind of added like a little bit more of a Italian kind of New York accent to it. So I think it's going to be okay. Um, from the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, by the way, though, that was Lou Albano. He was actually a wrestler that and they ended up kind of just turning into Mario. And I think he did a good job. I really liked that show back in the day. Um, and then Danny Wells, I believe, was Luigi. But
yeah,
I think this is going to be a movie where you gotta watch it before you judge it. I've never been a huge fan of using all celebrities for voice casts, and nowadays that's kind of where it's at. Um, Chris Pratt is going to be Mario. We have Charlie Day as Luigi.
okay,
Princess is
Charlie Day as Luigi. Not gonna lie, that is the funniest shit. It fits him so well. I don't know why.
Anna Taylor. Anya Taylor Joy is Princess Peach. Jack Black as Bowser is probably my favorite choice. I love Jack Black.
Yes.
Um, what else? Keegan Michael Key is Toad. Seth Rogen is Donkey Kong. I can't wait to hear a donkey. Yeah, I can't wait to hear it. Fred Armisen is going to be Cranky Kong, which I think he's an SNL actor. He also came out in a Euro Trip as I think he was the Italian guy that was like Scoozy, Scoozy.
I think so.
Every,
It's
he was
been a
like a real
moment.
creepy guy. He kept saying Scoozy. Um, but yeah, I mean, it seems like it's going to be pretty cool. I can't wait to see it. My daughter watches the trailer like over and over again, so I'm sure she's going to want to go see it. She's oddly become like a big Mario and Sonic fan, so
That's good.
she's kind of
You're
kind of an
leading
old
her the
soul.
right. You're leading it to the right path of video games of retro.
Yeah, she's going retro. It's crazy, but that's what she likes. So, but yeah, I'm gonna check it out. Hopefully, we get some more video game movies like that. Um, I think it's great just to have the video games in movie format, and then hopefully inspire more video games to come out. So, kind of create more fan bases.
Now, if this movie does well, because it's being done by Illumination,
Hmm.
the same people that does Despicable Me, Minions, and so on. If we could get more Nintendo movies like that, like imagine having Kirby
Yeah,
or Metroid, Samus.
Metroid would be dope.
Oh
Metroid
my
would probably be a
lord!
little bit more dark than the other Nintendo franchises. Zelda would be a great one, I think.
Legend
If
of
we could
Zelda
get a
would be.
Zelda, we need a Zelda movie so bad. But
Uh, what else? What's another good franchise? We could get Castlevania.
yeah,
Castlevania would be actually a really good one.
yeah,
Oh,
Illumination, they do really good work. I don't think they've really pumped out too many duds. So hopefully, this one comes out well. But
or Kid
yeah,
Icarus.
Kid Icarus too. You know, I don't know if the fan base on Kid Icarus of that would be big enough to make a whole movie out of it because I feel like it's kind of niche as far as the gaming is.
Okay, how about if they partner with Microsoft and Rare, get a Banjo and Kazooie movie?
Yeah, that I would watch for sure. Conquer, a Conquer movie,
Oh hell no!
rated R. Um, if they ever did a Conquer movie that could never be anything but rated R, and that's the thing is I feel like they would want to aim it a little bit towards kids to maybe make it like PG-13 and just be like a lot of fart jokes and stuff. But they would have to make it rated R
It has
for
to be
sure.
rated R. We can't have the singing poo.
Yeah,
Come on.
and then yeah. So moving on to the last topic, just wanted to go over some of the games that are coming out here in month of November. 2022. There's some good ones that are coming out. I was watching a trailer for Harvestella, which is coming out for Switch and PC.
Mm-hmm.
And it's at first I'm like, okay, this is going to be like a Harvest Moon or Animal Crossing type game, and that looks like a really cool RPG. So that's one I want to get. Sifu is another one. I don't know if you have you heard of Sifu.
I think so. It's the one
It's
that if you die you continue, but you start getting older.
I don't know if you get older when you continue, but it's a guy who's like knows like kung fu, and his family gets killed, so he's going to avenge his family. So it's kind of like a beat 'em up, like a 3D beat 'em up. Looks
Okay.
interesting. Only going to be for Switch. It looks like right now. Sonic Frontiers.
Yes.
I'm kind of torn on Sonic Frontiers because I'll be honest with you, I love the character Sonic. Had a lot of fun playing the Sonic games back in the day. The last Sonic game I think I enjoyed was like Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 and Shadow, and that's about it. You know, I just, even like Sonic Mania, I felt was okay, but it just kind of still felt like the same, just hold the button down and keep hitting jump until you get to the end of the level. Like, you know, I don't know. I hope it's good. Sonic Adventure was good. I hope it's like Sonic Adventure.
Supposedly is like an Sonic Adventure game. Supposedly,
It
I
kind of looks
haven't
like it,
looked
like an
into it.
updated version. We'll see.
We'll see
But
when it comes out in November.
that one, November 8th, and it's coming out for PC, PS4, PS5, if you could find a PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, S, and Switch.
PS5s were becoming available everywhere, no matter
Oh,
what.
really?
Even. Mhm.
Um, another one, Jurassic World Aftermath collection for Switch, which looks.
I think of Jazzia.
Yeah, that's one Jazzy I would like. So that one looks interesting. It kind of has that comic book looking graphics to it. I always forget what it's called. Cell shaded, I guess. It looks pretty interesting. Kind of iffy on Jurassic Park game. I feel like it's just kind of been played out a lot, especially the movies too. I'm like, okay, I get it. The dinosaurs got loose. uh, but yeah, it looks interesting. I'd recommend check out the trailer if you haven't seen it. Um, Tactics Ogre Reborn coming out for PC, PS4, PS5, and Switch on November 11th.
That sounds like the
Uh,
N64 game, the Ogre game.
Ogre Tactics, I think it was
Yeah.
called. Yeah, I think it might have been for PlayStation also. I can't remember, but I never played them, but I remember seeing them. And when I watched the trailer for the new kind of like remake or remastered version, whatever they're doing, looks really cool. So I might check it out as well. I don't know if you're into those kind of games.
It depends. I mean, I like Final Fantasy Tactics
Yeah,
and Disgaea.
Tactics, Final Fantasy Tactics was good. Goat Simulator for all you goat want to be goat herders
Whoa!
out there.
Whoa!
That one's coming out November 17th. The fact it's Goat Simulator 3. The fact that they've made it to 3 boggles my mind. There has to be something that's appealing about it. I don't know. And then getting towards the end of the month, we got Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I'll be honest, I stopped keeping up with Pokemon games after like the third generation, but I mean they're just pumping those out like crazy now as well. Evil West and Just Dance 2023 and November 22nd, and then finally on November 28th at the end of the month, World of Warcraft Dragonflight, which is another game I used to be into. I kind of fell out of Warcraft a while back, but the lore is still very very cool. I like the movie.
There
Did you
was
ever
a
watch the
movie.
movie? You never watched the World of Warcraft movie?
There was a World of Warcraft movie.
Yeah, came out like maybe I don't know, 8 years ago, 10 years ago.
I didn't know about this.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was like the origin story of Warcraft. I was hoping they would make like two or three of these movies because it was pretty good. But as far as the games, yeah, I kind of lost interest after Wrath of the Lich King, and they did the whole Cataclysm expansion, destroyed everything, and I was kind of okay, I'm done.
Nerd.
Nerd. Lightning bolt, lightning bolt. Oh Lord. But yeah, that's the lineup of games coming out here, November
Can I mention
2022.
two things?
Yeah,
If you guys didn't know, if you guys pick up the limited run games, they just stopped pre-orders on what's it called? River City Girls 2 and 0 as well. So you can't get those anymore through limited run, but you can get them through Best Buy
they're
when they
available through
come out.
Best Buy. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Yeah, I didn't pick up two, but I did pick up zero through limited run games. But I'll probably get two through Best Buy if I'm able to, or eBay,
You
wherever.
didn't pick up 0. You said you didn't.
No, I did. I picked up that one with a slip cover. It just
Oh,
got lost in
yes.
my orders.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I have like so many limited run games. I'm just waiting to come out. It's been like almost a year, um, but they always have good products, so sometimes it's worth the wait. But I just figured on part two of River City Girls, I'll just wait for it to come out whenever next year, Best Buy or whatever. We'll see. But yeah, I mean that's our episode back. Definitely gonna be knocking these out weekly now, and then pumping out the YouTube content as well. It's definitely something I want to kind of push a lot more.
You
Um,
promise?
I promise. And going forward as well, definitely want to look into bringing more guests on the show as well. In the past, we've had a few guests like Sparky's joined us for a few. People are like, "Who the hell's Sparky?" Captain Sparky, who's a well, I don't know if he still streams on Twitch. He was streaming on Twitch for a while, but one of our
I'm
buddies that joins us for conventions and stuff. Um, yeah, but just bring people into the gaming community or people who just interesting characters. Jump on the Modern Gaming Weekly podcast with us.
We'll get Metal Jesus on here.
Yeah, if he wants to, whoever.
Metal
But
Jesus.
Battle Jesus. Um, I don't know why I say that with the voice from the guy from The Princess Bride. I forget that actor's name. Inconceivable. Oh man, Metal Jesus. Meeting him in person, he's a tall guy. Um,
yes, he
I
is.
am
Like,
I am 6'1" and he towers over me.
hello there.
Hello. It's like, can I take a picture with you? Let me climb your shoulder here, and can you just carry me? No, he's a he's a tall guy. He's a tall guy. It's not too often I see people that kind of tower over me, but maybe when I meet Chris, old school cards and games.
Oh, dude, you're gonna be like, hello there.
He's another seller and whatnot that Baymax knows personally, and that guy. I mean, he didn't even have to tell me how tall he was. Just when he stands up, he's almost hitting his roof or his ceiling. I'm sorry.
He's sitting
Uh,
on his basement.
yeah, I'm like, wow, dude. I'm like that. You are one tall guy. Um, if I was that tall, I would be like a basketball player or tight end or something. I
You
would.
guys make me feel very, very short. Thanks.
I'm not that tall. Just a little above average, I guess.
Fuck.
But that's our episode for today. Again, if you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio, and you enjoy the show, please leave us a review. Give it a like, a thumbs up, whatever a positive marker is on it. Definitely help with the algorithm. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you. Subscribe and again like the video. Comment what you think about the show. What your pickups are lately. What do you thought about our pickups? Did we waste our money? And
Waste their money.
some people are like, "That's crap. All that stuff you bought is crap." It's this retro stuff you guys are playing. Um, but Baymax, where can people find you online?
Uh, you can find me on Twitter as brownbaymax underscore TV, or you can find me on Instagram brownbaymax dot TV. Twitch will be starting that back up soon eventually. That'll be Brown Baymax. YouTube here soon. Maybe in the next couple of days, we'll
Oh,
start posting
oh,
videos for one for basically for the combined channels and such. But we're gonna be posting videos. I'm gonna be posting videos to there, so it'll be on YouTube Brown Baymax, and that's it. I think.
no PO box, no
Uh, you
pen
can
pal
find me in
email.
Texas, where Abel lives. His address is as your eyes
I,
get wide.
I live under a bridge. This is just a green screen backdrop that I have plugged. Everything here electronically is plugged into a 7-Eleven, and this is just a backdrop green screen. Yeah, mine. You can find me on Twitch. Oh, not Twitch anymore, really. Twitter at the Able Geek, Instagram at the Able Geek. Also, follow the podcast on Twitter and Instagram as well. Modern Gaming Weekly Podcast. I believe
And
Twitter, it's
Patreon.
Modern Gaming Pod. And then, yeah, the Patreon. If you enjoy the show and you want to support it, we got a lot of little goodies in store for you at patreon.com/, Modern Gaming Weekly. And a lot of, again, snippets, behind the scenes stuff, outtakes, kind of concept art that we had for the podcast YouTube thumbnails and things like that, as well as the podcast that originally started before Modern Gaming Weekly that kind of just never got started before it got changed to Modern Gaming Weekly. So if you're interested in stuff like that, check it out. You can see who won between Chips and Baymax at the convention on Capcom versus SNK2.
It was
Uh,
me.
it might have been Baymax, might have been Chips. You'll have to subscribe to find out. But thank you guys as always. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, we'll catch you guys later. Stay safe.
Bye.